We are back. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in once again. My name is Enrique, host of the best mental health podcast out right now, and that is Inebriated Culture. But tonight, it is not just Inebriated Culture. This is Mental Health Check, Inebriated Culture segment that I have just dropped. And people, today we have a special guest in the building. He has just dropped his first single. He's coming out with his very first project that is going to blow up. People, please let me introduce Enrique Carrazco.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Blebe. We out here.
Shout out to the boys. What's up, man? So you're about to drop your first shit. How do you feel right now?
You know, right now it's been honestly, it's been a lot of anticipation. You know, initially when I first started this project back in October, I didn't really know what to expect and the direction I was gonna take. But, you know, once I got these records going, you know, the first session, the second session, you know, I kind of found a rhythm and honestly just kind of started a journey of discovering myself, really, because, you know, I guess that's kind of what I do with my art and my music. You know, I don't consider these songs, records, like, just like music. You know what I'm saying? They all carry a little piece of me. Everything I write is a personal, you know, personal experiences, you know, your relationships, struggles, like just stuff I've been through. And, you know, so I try my best to just go out there and just open myself to the world and just hope, you know, people can feel something. Because ultimately, you know, I know how it's been like. And, you know, I've been there before. You know, the ups and the downs. So I know what it's like.
No, man, that's really real. And actually, that's something that I think everybody needs to hear. Because there's so many of us who are going through things on a daily basis. But yet so many of us get stuck in that rut. And we don't chase after our dreams. And here you are right now, grinding every single day, chasing your dream, doing not only what you have to do, but what you want to do on top of that. So I got a question, though. I have a statement and a question. Back in high school, I didn't know that you were this passionate about music. Because, I mean, you could have been popping in high school, but you weren't. So let me ask you this. Where in your life or what happened that made you find this new, like, love and want to like chase after your passion, chase after music?
So, you know, back then I would always write, but I didn't.
You were writing in high school?
I was always writing. I was writing.
Right.
You know, you go on Facebook. I actually wrote some notes on there, and I would actually write to a lot of like girls and stuff that I used to like.
Damn, lover boy! You were the first certified lover boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, unofficially, but you know I was out there.
You were wrestling during high school, and
you feel me, on the side. I was out there, you know.
Shakespeare at night.
Yeah, you feel me, like Romeo, real Romeo type shit. But you know, so at the time though, I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. You get me? To me, it was just something that I was just expressing. I was out there, you know, like, apart from things I would write to, like, girls, I just had, like, personal stuff on the side, you know, through, you know, things I had going on at home. You know, I was troubled and stuff. There's a lot of things that, like, I didn't open up to myself to a lot of people. So I always kept to myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was always cool with everybody, but, you know, like, I always had a lot of things going on. And, you know, a lot of it, I kind of went into, like, writing and stuff. So I'd always go and
So writing was your outlet?
Yeah. But, like I said, I didn't realize it was, like, music. Like I didn't translate it like that yet, you know. So
were you writing like little flows? Like, did you consider them like, were you rhyming shit, or you were just writing like? I
consider more
like a journal,
poetry. Poetry at the time, you know. That's how I considered it. But you know, over time, I started like posting stuff. You know, at a certain level, you know, because I would share it to certain people, and everybody always liked it. They're like, "Damn, dude, you know, what you write is deep. You know, I feel that, this and that." Like, and I got to a point where people were just kind of like, "Damn, like." I would like to hear this. Like, you're always like showing it, and I read it, but I want to hear you say it. And I was like, okay. So at that point, I was just kind of like, okay, so you know what? Like, maybe I should make a song, you know. But
around what age or what year was this at?
That was so me writing. It was just kind of just always, you know, 2006, whatever, like always. And then the music whole part, maybe 2013, 14.
2013. Oh, so this was like right after high school.
Yeah.
So you've been writing for a really long time.
Yeah. That I kind of pride myself on that because it's like, you know, like metaphors.
You gotta perfect your craft.
Yeah,
you gotta perfect your craft.
You know, like I like taking this shit serious, and you know, just kind of like, I don't know, just something that I love to do. You know.
So what motivated you to wanna actually now get serious within the music? What
Well,
made you one day want to be like, you know what? I'm gonna write this shit down, and I need to find a beat, and I'm about to record this motherfucker. What made you get to that point?
so on Snapchat, what I started doing at I don't remember what year exactly it was, but I started posting like, oh, rhyming Wednesdays or some shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was just kind of like just putting things. So every Wednesday I would post like a little like poetry thing, a little freestyle that I would post, and people were like, oh shit, like it's tight, blah blah blah. And then so when people started reaching out to me, telling me that, oh, okay, like I got a lot of I got a lot of good praises and stuff, and that
Mm.
kind of gave me the inspiration, motivation to kind of be like, okay, maybe I could do something.
Mm.
So then I remembered I was just kind of thinking, okay, like let me get into a studio. It's kind of my first thought, right? Like everybody thinks and
Yeah.
stuff or whatever. But so I thought back, and I'm like, damn, there's one of my homies that I used to go to class with in chemistry and shit, and we were just out there, kicking it or whatever. And but after high school and stuff, I seen that he was out there like doing some type of music stuff, like 300 Entertainment or I don't know. I just seen that he was kind of like
And it kind of inspired
like
you.
knew something. Yeah, so I reached out to him. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to make a song. Like,
So
can
it's
you
very
lead
organic.
lead me in the right direction or whatever. And I was fortunate enough that he got back to me and was just like, oh yeah, for sure. Blah blah blah. Come through to this one studio. Blah blah blah. Like, we set something up, and I pulled up. And when I got there, at that point, I was kind of like, okay. To me, it was like a sink or swim moment. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I'm either gonna.
Yeah, explain a little bit.
So I was kind of like, so I'm here. Everybody's telling me like, all right, it sounds good. I like what you're writing, blah blah blah. But I don't really know the technicalities of music yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like music and stuff. Like, but
But the fact that you're going for it says a lot more than the average person just listening to it. So
yeah.
that's a big up to you. That's a cheers to you, because you know what? It takes a lot. It takes a lot, because guess what? I like music too, and I would like to become rich as fuck off making a song, but
Yeah.
I don't have like that in me. So you have to take that into consideration. That's something inside of you, and I hate to get all spiritual, but if you listen to my podcast, you know how I be getting.
Yeah, I know,
But
for you,
that's a grace from God, bro, and that's
Yeah.
that God is telling you, you know what? This is your route. This is your lane. This is the motherfucking road that you got to be speeding down on. So that's a big up to you, bro.
I
Cheers.
appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, we link up, we get to the studio, and my mindset there is like, all right, I'm gonna just go there and, sink or swim. If something happens, then cool, I'm gonna keep pursuing it. If it's a bust, then, whatever, I tried, and whatever. It is, a fucking.
At least you
it's-
tried.
It'll be in the past, yeah,
Yeah.
type shit. So, I showed up with like, a whole bunch of fucking rhymes and stuff. Like, I didn't know nothing. I didn't show up with the beat or anything like that. And, I pull up and.
You showed up with what you with what you had. With
Whatever,
what you had.
whatever I thought,
Yeah.
and then we got something going, and then he gave me a little exercise, and he's like, okay, you got 15 minutes, I'm gonna give you a little beat, right to this 15 minutes, and then we'll like record something, and then we did that, and it kind of came out like all right, you know what I mean, and
Better than what you expected.
yeah, exactly. So it kind of sounded pretty cool, and
And that was
after
when
that,
the light bulb went off.
exactly. So I was just like, all right, you know what, like maybe let me just keep digging into it. You feel me? And then after that, I just kept kind of like taking the necessary steps to get to the next point.
Mhm.
Okay, now I did that. Okay, now what's next? Okay, I gotta get back in there and figure it out. You get me? And then after that, it's just kind of like the experience of it. You feel me? So
Yeah, no, 100%.
yeah.
So let me ask you this. Well, let me tell you this first of all, because this is a mental health podcast, and I get real, raw, personal, unfiltered
Yo,
with it every single
It's on the
episode.
wall. It's on the
But
wall.
this is the thing, though. I need to know, because in life, there's so many things that are happening. Like, I got my dream, you got your dream, your homies got their dream, but life still continues. So let me ask you this: when life is doing what it does, it sometimes gets overwhelming, right?
Yes,
you might be
does.
having some problems with
Yes,
your
it does.
family, with
Always.
work.
Yup.
Fucking the little light on your car might go off, and you're like, fuck, I just paid all my fucking bills, and now I got this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how do you handle the overwhelming feeling of just life and still having the strength to pursue this fucking dream of yours?
Because honestly, it's just something I love. And it's a passion to me. So I just kind of came to an understanding that, I'm gonna have to sacrifice a lot of things in my life to pursue this, career. really, because a lot of people think it's like a hobby or something, but this is really just like a career.
It's a job. Yeah.
It's a job. You know what I'm saying?
You
You gotta
can't
put
just
in your hours.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not like you don't just show up and just like fuck around and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're in there investing, putting your time, effort. It's not just you. It's other people. You know, they're spending their time there in there with you. They're trying to put their effort, and everybody in there trying to find their, you know, the rhythm together and just try to make something. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're trying to create something magical that the whole world will feel and stuff.
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, so just kind of coming in with that idea, and like I said, it was really just like a passion that I have. So for me, you know, I was willing to just put a lot of things to the side.
What kind of things, so our listeners can hear, what kind of things, because I feel like there's a lot of people who they want to go after their dreams, but they're not willing to give up certain shit.
You know,
so tell us, what kind of shit did you give up?
You know, there was a point in my life where, you know, like right now I got a pretty cool like gig going on, you know, so I got some money flowing and things are cool, right? But like there's a lot of points in my life where I didn't even have a job, where you know, and honestly, you know, we're gonna get to it. Like,
yeah,
at some point, I didn't even, like, I was fucking homeless. You feel me? I didn't, you know, I got kicked out of both of my parents' house. Like,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
A couple years after high school, you know, like, and I was in a situation where I had to figure shit out for myself. You know what I'm saying? And actually, that's kind of where the idea of me trying to make music sparked, because through that experience, you know, I ended up couch surfing. You feel me? The whole different homies' house, and there's this one homie. His name was Johnny, and
shout out to Johnny.
Yeah, cheers to Johnny, for real.
Shout out to Johnny.
Quick. And then that fool, he was like a little DJ. He had a little like music group out there in Southgate, and he was always be, oh, you know, you gotta spit some rhymes, blah blah blah, this and that. So like we'd be out there, you know, when I would.
He was bigging you up. He was hyping you up.
When I would be out there spending the night at his house, like we would just be right there, like just trying to like rap and stuff. And to me, it was just kind of like whatever, right? But like he would always just throw it out there. Oh, like, you know, we're gonna make music, blah blah blah. But at that time, it was just an idea, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I had that experience, and after that, you know, just trying to find like a way to kind of get back on my feet. You get me? Because should be difficult here. You feel me? You know, you got your car, like you said. You get me? That should be breaking down for real, right?
With that being said, I don't mean to cut you off, but with that being said, though, like your struggles early on in life, or we'll say in your career, you know, early on in your career, it must have been stressful. You must have wanted to give up. You must have wanted to quit. You must have reached the point where you're like, man, I want to make fucking music, but I need a fucking place to live. What kept you stuck on this mindset? Like, you know what? This is fucking meant for me. You know,
it was just kind of like a feeling that you just get on the inside. You get me? Like, it's not something I could really describe, but
they call it passion, bro. That's what it is.
You know, like,
so you felt like this is mine.
I was drawn to that. You know, I tried. You know, at some point I was trying to be a teacher. You feel me? Like, I took little ROP classes. I did this. I tried different little things, but every time I would go to like an art class, you know, I always felt inspired. Like drawing, I was always drawn to like artistic type of shit. You know, like music. You know, I took a vocal class, and I was out there like trying to learn how to sing and stuff, and like it always just made me happy. And then I realized, like, damn, you know, like, kind of just being in this lane, it makes me feel good. This
artistic environment.
Exactly. So I just kind of like got to a point where, like, you know what, like, I gotta be happy. You know, I gotta chase what makes me feel good, and not filter out everybody. Oh, you know, you have to be a doctor, you have to be this, you have to be that. You know.
Did you have a lot of people in your life wanting you to choose that kind of lane?
Yeah, of course.
Because
you got family and shit. You know what I mean?
Back in high school, I remember honestly, you were on your shit, and I'm not saying that you're off your shit, but you were like on that, like, you were a star athlete. You wrestled and you dominated on the mat. You were cool with everybody. You had good grades. And I'm not saying that, like, oh, because you did not fucking do what everybody else wanted, you went down a bad path. But what I'm leading up to basically is, I'm sure a lot of people were like, what the fuck do you mean you want to sing? What the fuck do you mean you want to rap?
Yeah.
So what was in your mind while you're going through talking to people and like basically having to deal with that conversation with, like, don't do this?
So honestly, there was one turning point in my life. So like I said, I was out there going through different jobs, right? And then I had this one job. I landed this one gig. I had a homie named Lennon who He hit me up, linked me up with I was a caregiver at one point. I took care of this one dude. You know, shout out to Talmage, my boy T. You know, I love him to death. And he was this one guy that had different disabilities. So I'd be out there taking care of him, feeding him, giving him bath, this and that, blah blah blah. Right. So when I was working that job, his mom kind of she had invited me to some type of like training session supposedly, right?
A training session for what?
Supposedly it was gonna be like job related. So I thought in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be like trying to be a better caregiver, but ended up being kind of like a therapy type of thing. You know what I mean? And so I ended up going through some like different little. It was a whole 3-day shit. It was called Landmark, and
so it was like a retreat.
Kind of, yeah. So while I was there, we got really into it. You know what I'm saying, about your past. Kind of like who you are as a child, why you are what you are, and different how you have like different points in your life that kind of define like your characters, this and that, and long story short, right? Long story short, I did that, and it was this whole thing, right? And after that, it just kind of took me to a place in my mind where I'm just kind of like, damn, like, I could really just kind of go for whatever I want to do, right? Because, at the end of that whole session and shit, we had to do a whole, like, organization shit. And I organized this whole 5K health fair for the city of Cudahy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big ups to
shout
Cudahy.
out to my boy Chris Markovich. You know what I'm saying? He was a mayor. I had connects with him. We used to work together, and I reached out to him. We got some shit going. You know what I'm saying? I got video of it. I could send it to you later.
I believe you. I believe you.
And to me, I was just trying to like do something. You know what I mean? And ended up being bigger than what I imagined. And at that point, that's when I was kind of like, okay, like if I did that, imagine if I did what I really wanted to do. So
you felt like what you had done. Because from what I'm hearing, and big ups to you, what I'm hearing is that you went from being homeless to basically starting a 5K to benefit an entire fucking city, the city of Cudahy.
Yep.
That's a big transition. So you've, by what you just said right now, do you feel like that was, I don't want to say not you, but that was just a small piece of you, and you felt like you deserved to shine bigger?
I wasn't even trying to shine, honestly. I was just doing all that shit. I was just in my heart, you know what I mean? Like I never,
but that's what I mean,
I never looked for recognition.
But like, that's what I mean.
I never tried to do nothing like that. But I was just really just trying to do it, and then through that whole process, like I said, like I guess I wasn't trying to prove nothing to nobody, but
so it was all humble.
It was just like. I didn't care. I didn't even post it. I didn't show nobody.
No, yeah.
I didn't talk about it.
I never
exactly.
Saw it. It's a very big surprise.
I could have really been out here, been like posting and shouting it, like making it a big deal, but I didn't, because I didn't care. I was just doing it, and that, like I said, I just wanted to be more authentic with myself, and I realized, kind of like that I was more passionate about, like drawing and singing and writing and this and that, and I was like, damn, so you know what, like that passion, let me just be authentic with me, genuine about what I really am into, and just chase that, and yeah. Like I said, through those classes that I took, it really just kind of helped me build this like fortitude in my mind to just, I don't really care what people think.
I like that word, fortitude.
Yeah, because honestly, I broke out of the shell of the person who I used to be, who I created. And you feel me? And I stepped out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got myself to a place where it's like I'm standing in front of everything with like nothing behind me type shit. You know what I mean?
That's deep. So let me ask you this though, and because I like what you said. So tell me, who do you feel like you used to be?
I used to be a people pleaser. I used to be just trying to like cookie cutter shape of just what everybody wants to be.
And it never made you happy.
Nah, because
you felt like you were just trying to paint the image of what people wanted to see.
Exactly. Because like I said, like there's a lot of things I had going on, and but it's cool. You feel me? Like I always handled it, and like I'm always just blessed and just grateful just to be alive.
Where do you think that strength came from? Because there's a lot of people out here who they're unhappy people pleasing. They're unhappy doing what people expect them to do. But to me, it sounds like, yeah, you weren't necessarily at your happiest, but you did it with a big heart. So what gave you that strength to do that? What gave you that strength to want to please people and at the same time not resent them? Just you did it because you know what? Like, I want to make you happy. What gave you that strength?
You know what? Honestly, I give a shout out to my grandma. She's out there in Mexico. My mom Maria. She's somebody that raised me growing up as a kid, and I think she's kind of the one who gave me
Shout
my
out to
heart.
Maria. Shout out to
Yeah,
Maria.
my mom Maria. You feel me? So she's somebody that really gave me my heart, like, and showed me kindness, and she loves me to death. You feel me? And
She
that's
was
always
always there for
somebody.
you.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of like where that kindness in me came from. Like,
Mhm.
I kind of felt like, she always showed me a lot of things and how to be respectful and, how to treat people and just kind of how to show love and stuff. And so that's something I always carry with myself, like I haven't seen her in a couple of years. So, that's why it's hard sometimes, because,
Yeah.
you want to see your family, but
I do. Yeah.
circumstances, they just happen. But, honestly, like I said, she's just a big influence, a role model in my life that, just kind of,
Put you on a path where it's just
exactly,
like,
yeah.
I want to live a better life than I don't want to say average person, but the person who's just doing shit
and
because they
honestly,
feel
I
like
think
they have to.
it was just the love that she showed me. Like it was just like some realized love, and it was something that I really felt. And when somebody like tells you and looks at you and they're just like, damn, like I believe in you, and whatever you do, like you're gonna achieve it. You
Yeah,
feel me? Like
I do.
And then you believe it.
Did you feel like you didn't receive that before? Because like I said, back in high school, you were on your shit. Do you feel like a lot of people around you?
It's always
no, like insult to anybody around you. I'm not saying they were fake, but did you not feel that same like realness from like, let's say, because I know like coaches used to be like on you, but I remember I'm not gonna name no names, but we had a couple coaches that were assholes on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there was
There's-
also a lot of
comes with
people.
it.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who they were down, like when we were at a party or whatever. It was like, say what's up, what's good, but then behind your back they were shady. Did you feel like you weren't receiving that same kind of intense love that you needed to kind of like get to where you need to be?
You know what? And I don't think a lot of this love I necessarily even need, because like I said, at the end of the day, to me, I'm not here to please nobody. You feel me?
Not anymore.
Nah, of course. Like back then, like maybe I did, and I think that part maybe came from just kind of like the struggles that I had out, with my fam. You feel me? There was a lot of things I had in the back scenes that, I would always cover up. You feel me? Like everybody has things going on in their life. You feel me? That nobody ever speaks on it. You feel me? You know what I mean? So it's like.
So tell me about that then, because you know me, dog. I get real raw, personal, unfiltered with it, and we'll keep it at a level where you feel most comfortable. So tell me, how do you feel? Well, we'll get straight to it because I kind of don't want to bullshit you. But how do you feel your childhood was? And in the aspect of mental health, how did your childhood affect your manhood now?
Everything is always an experience. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's always an experience, and you could always learn from it. And it's just about moving forward and always taking steps to just be a better person. And I think, I'm always just blessed and just grateful for everything that I did receive. I'm never out here like, oh, I should have had this or that. Like, I'm always just kind of just, okay, like, my parents did what they could, and they got me to where I'm at. So now it's my job to just step up and take over. And that's kind of the mentality I have, like, I honestly, it's just kind of like a ferocity, tenacity that I just have. Like,
so rather than
I just want to carry shit forward. And, so, my childhood, everybody, like I said, everybody got a past. Everybody got a story to tell.
Yeah.
Everybody, I don't like comparing problems, because like something that you might have gone through, maybe you felt one way, and then like I had a whole different situation, but they both made us feel the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or different.
Yeah, or different.
Yeah, because of course, when it comes to mental health, nobody's feelings are invalid because we all are individuals in our own. We're all like basically the main character in our own movie, and sometimes, like I'm the main character in my own movie, but I'm not the main character in your movie, so it's always going to be different. But what I want to ask you is basically the things that you went through. You don't got to be specific. But tell me though. What helped you? What mentality helped you? Because you had said something earlier, but what helped you kind of shape that? And what I mean by that basically is like you went through things. Mm-hmm. We don't got to discuss that.
Yeah.
But tell me, at what point in your life did you feel like I don't want to continue this lane? I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be how everybody expects me to be. I want to know that. I want to know what triggered you from the perspective of other people to being your own person?
You know, like I said, I owe it a lot to that one job that I had, taking care of that one gentleman. You know, Talmadge. Like,
How did that feel, taking care of somebody who was disabled?
it's humbling. It's really humbling. You know,
Because
like
that takes a lot. How old were you?
At that moment in my life, I might have been like maybe like 20 or
20.
or,
You know,
or 22 somewhere.
There's a lot of fucking 20, 22-year-olds don't even do their fucking laundry.
I mean, I still didn't on occasion.
Because the fact that you're taking care of someone like that, that takes a lot of strength.
You know,
it takes a lot of dedication.
You know, like I'm gonna go ahead and just flex real quick. But I did triathlons with that fool too.
You know what?
I did triathlons with him.
Oh shit!
Like I actually carried him, you know, through the water. I pushed him on this like tricycle that he was on, and there was a tandem bike that he would ride, and I'd ride right behind him, you know, help him get on, I'll get him off, and
so you really you cared about him in like the job aspect, but you cared about him on a personal level.
Yeah, of course, because I mean, when you start taking care of somebody, like, you know, you start kind of caring for them. Obviously, you feel me? I mean, maybe not a lot of I don't know who would want to do something like that. You get me? Like, I mean, everybody has different interests and stuff. You feel me? But
I mean,
like,
I'll be
when
straight
I
up.
did, you know, when I did it, like, it was just something that like it was just natural for me. You get me? Like taking care of somebody else. So.
So you find passion in that.
I flowed right into it, yeah. So
you find passion in wanting to not necessarily take care of people 24/7, but I from what I'm understanding is that you kind of like to big brother people. You kind of like to not necessarily big homie in the aspect of you're watching over everybody, but you like to watch over people, make sure they're straight.
You know, I'm a caring guy, and
sounds like you wear your heart on your sleeve.
Yeah,
like
I do. You know, I could be vulnerable, but at the same time, you get me. Like I don't just be talking to everybody. Like honestly, like I don't really like people. Like I used to be like I said, people pleaser, but I don't really like people. Like
you hear that guy? He'll take care of somebody, do triathlons with them, but he doesn't give a fuck about y'all.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I be at work and on my
you
breaks.
Focus on you and yours.
Exactly. You know, and because there be a lot of people that be coming to your life and they be bullshitting. You feel me? So it's like. I had to learn the hard way, and I had to learn how to like distinguish and I kind of like weed through all that. You feel me? So,
it sounds like nobody taught you how to do that though. I'm pretty sure you've had people like homies, females, whatever, come into your life. How did you kind of learn to differentiate that? Because that sounds like someone that sounds as loving as you, and I say that with all due respect.
I'm a romantic. You're
romantic.
That's
hear
just
that,
who
ladies?
I am, honestly. Like,
do you hear that,
my
ladies?
Planet, ladies out there, everybody listening. My planet is ruled by Venus. So you know what I'm saying? I'm all about that love and passion.
I don't even know what the fuck that means, but
you know what I'm saying?
Explain that shit because I'm curious.
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, he's a Taurus.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Gemini right there. I got a little Scorpio in me too. So.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? We're doing an interview, bro. We're not doing R&B song.
Nah, that's what I'm about. You know, just throwing it out there. So.
That's cool, ladies. You hear that? He's sometimes a Scorpio, sometimes a Taurus.
Yeah. You know, shout out to my bebecita though.
Oh shit! I won't even get into that because I mean, unless you want to shout her out.
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, okay. Fuck it. We'll keep it like that. We'll keep it G. Anyways, actually let me strive off that a little bit. So when it comes to this project, because your single's out now, big up to your fucking single, Labios, yeah.
Labios, rojos.
What does that song mean to you?
To me, honestly, like a lot of the songs that I be writing, they come from past experiences that I've had with like different women, you know, and because like I said, a lot of these things are real situations to me, and just so I try putting a lot of like things in there that like, you know, are meaningful to me, because I know
you mean the project overall.
Yeah, I'm not the only one who's gone through what I've gone through, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people like feel certain ways sometimes, so it's like I really wanted to kind of like capture that moment, and honestly, you know, like I said, with this project in general, like I was really just, you know, we're out here in this COVID. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's kind of like down, you know, everything's shutting down, like clubs shutting down, you know.
Did you feel like COVID inspired you a little bit?
It did, because I wanted to give something that people could, you know, kind of celebrate to. You feel me? Because like I know there's a lot of things going on in the world, but you know there's also a lot of good things happening. You feel me? And
That's true. That's actually a positive perspective because
yeah,
unfortunately during COVID we went through what we're still continuing to go through, the Black Lives Matter movement.
yeah,
You know, we had to watch a president fall. Thank God, big ups to that. And at the same time, everybody was just going through a financial crisis, emotional crisis. Everybody was going through their mental health crisis. And the fact that you're already here saying that you wanted to give basically everybody something special to listen to says a lot.
Exactly.
So, like I said, I keep circling back. Like, explain that. Where does this strength come from? What inspired you at that moment?
Like I said, it's just I'm just a lover. I'm just a lover. I'm a giver, and I want to inspire people because people inspire me too, and I want to give that same inspiration back to everybody else as much as I can. And honestly, like I don't know, like I can't be out here to tell you like it's A, B, C, D, and F. You feel me? It's just something that it's just a little fire I have inside of me that I know. I guess over time, through my experiences, through my struggles, through my my losses, my wins, that just kind of taught me how to be a better man and just to kind of how to step up in certain situations. You know, like I don't like to shy away from troubles and stuff like that. You know, I like to face them and find solutions and stuff like that.
Do you feel like that's important? Because I feel like a lot of our I know that a lot of our listeners, the people listening right now, the people are gonna listen tomorrow and the next day, they're going through something. I got a mental health podcast. People are tuning in because they see mental health. So do you feel like that's something important? Because in this day and age, so many people give up real quick.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody who's dealing with something and continuing right now. So not in a sense, don't tell me. Tell our listeners, like, how should they continue? How should they push forward? How should they push themselves to strive past the pain, the agony, the anger, the depression, the anxiety?
Honestly, there's no right answer to that. There's no right answer to that because everybody has their own life and like you said earlier, like what I go through and what you go through could be completely different, but it's just about just trying to keep taking a small step forward. You just gotta take those small steps, like those little small steps add up and eventually, like you keep taking those small steps. Next thing you know, you've traveled 1,000 miles, and you're like, damn.
I like that.
And I think a lot of times people get wrapped up in the big picture of things, as opposed to kind of understanding that there's like smaller things that you do have to do before you could complete like a bigger piece of the whole entire picture.
So you feel like there's a lot of people who, when they get all motivated and hyped up, they try to go from A to Z. So what you're saying is basically just go A, B, C.
You have to. Everybody has to put in their 10,000 hours.
There you go.
You have to put in your 10,000 hours.
You have to put in the work.
Like that's just what it comes down to. And I think that's where, like I said, like, and then once you get into it, you start understanding like what it really does kind of take. Like you have to invest a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, a lot of your thoughts. You have to cut out certain things in your life and, invest money and this and that. And so it becomes something that you have to be like, okay, like I'm either going to like be serious about this because you're investing, or you're just going to be like, all right, it's just a joke,
What kind of things did you have to give up?
Like I said, like friendships for one, you feel me? Like just personal time. I could have been out there partying. I could have been out there trying to like save up money. The money I spent in the studio could have gone to bottles and trying to like do this or that, look fly, whatever. But instead, I all that time, money I would spend, and every time I got a chance, I would go into the studio and just try and make something happen.
Did you ever at one point feel like, damn, I'm missing out on the parties? Like,
nah, I mean, because me personally, like, I don't really care about that all that social stuff. Like, I'm a social guy though. You put me in front of people, I'll talk and I'm a people person. You feel me? But I don't really necessarily care about being out there like in the clubs and stuff. You feel me? Like I'd rather just be on my shit, on my grind, and just trying to get to my goals, because ultimately, like, I'm not done yet, and I'm nowhere near close to where I want to be. So
then what is your goal then? Because you've been making music for a while, and I was talking to you, and you're telling me how, like, you have now learned a better perspective on how to make music, and you have dropped, like I said, a fucking good ass single. It's fucking hard.
Thank you.
So tell me, like, what is this process on getting better and better? How is it going for you? Like, how do you feel the fact that you're upgrading and that the only place that you can go is fucking straight up north? How does it feel?
You know, like I said, I haven't really taken the time to smell the roses yet because I don't
Right.
feel like I am where I want to be. You know what I mean? I
But
do
you have
kind
to.
of
You have to.
every now and then. Like this last session I had. You know, shout out to Z God. We had a session and you know we created this one song that shit was pretty fly. You know, and
I'm sorry.
I feel like that
Shout out to who? I like to shout
Z
out.
God. Shout out to my boy Z God.
There you go.
You know
Big
what I'm
ups.
saying?
Big
Big up to
ups.
Z God real quick. And that one session, honestly, to me was something that just kind of proved to me that like I belong here because I took all that experience that I had, you know, like all the knowledge, and I applied it, and I feel like I really executed it correctly, and everything just happened how it was supposed to, and honestly, we came out with a really fucking good record.
It's a very good record.
Yeah,
I was telling you earlier. I was
honestly,
listening to that shit.
That record ain't even gonna be on this project either.
Oh, so this is just a single, just
Dude, just something
floating around, just letting
this a
all the
Lucy
panties
right
get
now.
wet
Yeah,
and all the.
yeah, exactly. So this is just something that like we just finished cooking up like
There you
hot off
go.
the
It's a
stove.
good song.
Yeah,
I listened to
yeah.
it, and I swear to God, like I told you earlier, after fucking 3 or 4 listens, I was walking to my bathroom, Labios, like, and I was just,
yeah.
But it's a good song. So
Yeah.
okay, so then tell me this then. Your project, that song was very, adaptive to. Sounds like someone in your life has some nice lips, and you was just inspired.
There's a lot of.
So what inspired that song?
I got a lot of inspiration. I really want to be out here, just kind of like I say, creating something that people can dance to. You know, and I've been to clubs. You feel me? And I know the ladies love to dance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really out here just trying to empower women.
Oh,
You get me? As opposed to being out here like, oh, like sluts, bitches, blah blah blah. Like no.
So you want to avoid the basic, like, as you said,
because
you want to empower women.
I've been in love. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, I've cared about this and that. So like, I've had my emotion. I've had my heart broken. You feel me? Like, there's been a lot of different situations I've been through. So it's like, I wanted to just kind of like focus on that because like I said, I'm a lover, and I feel like that's kind of where I do my best. So when I'm out there talking about like, my romance and stuff like that. Like,
okay, well, I mean, I feel like your fans have not yet heard that part. So let's make this a little exclusive conversation now. You're basically telling me you've had your heart broken, you've gone through the shits. I mean, as all of us men have been throughout the time. We've all had that shorty.
Yep,
we all had that shorty where, like, at one point we were like, I'm gonna marry you, I love you.
Yeah,
and then we end up like, fuck, I gotta block you.
Exactly.
And so I'm telling you. So I'm telling you right now.
Downs,
I want to ask you right now, how did your first heartbreak make you feel?
It's just like
I just want to remind you, real raw person unfiltered.
Yeah, just like anything else, heartbreak is a heartbreak. You feel me? Like you go out there.
I know, yeah, bro. I know what a heartbreak is. A heartbreak.
You put yourself.
But I'm asking you though. Hold on. I'm don't make me pull it out of you. But I'm asking you, how did your first heartbreak? How did your first heartbreak make you feel? Let's be real with it.
Well, the same way, like
no, I don't know.
You're gonna be out here feeling sad. You feel me? You're gonna get in your feelings, but
okay. Let me help you out.
Like
my first heartbreak, honestly, like I used to be a confident ass motherfucker, and then my first heartbreak made me feel insecure. It made me feel like, damn, am I ugly? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, damn, do I not have game? So that's what I'm trying to ask you, because you're saying this album is about romance. It's about like the love that you got for women, not necessarily in a not in a superficial way, but in a very caring way. Yeah. And that takes a lot of strength too, because I know a lot of motherfuckers who've been hurt.
But you know what?
Wait. Yeah. I don't mean to, but like I know a lot of motherfuckers who be like who got hurt and they're like, fuck that bitch. Let me make a trap song about how I'm in other pussy. You know what I mean? So I'm asking you, what happened with you that you don't want to even hurt the person? You want to be like,
that's just my flow and that's just my style, honestly, at the end of the day.
So
like,
you're that loving of a person.
That's just who I am, man. Okay. And like I said, I don't this album ain't just about like like females too. It's about I got shit in there about my struggles. You know what I'm saying? Got little club bangers in there. So it's a little mixture of everything. Like I said, it's different parts of me. This whole Labios one, like I said, like that was one. You know what I'm saying? Got the Labios Rojo. Just talk. Like I'm just trying to like empower these females and making them feel sexy. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of times we over here just like talking about just like hoes and shit. I love my hoes too. Don't get me wrong, but you get me, like I'm just just being me, really, and whatever that is, that's what I'm putting out there, ultimately. And I mean, I don't know, like.
No, I mean, it sounds like you're pouring your heart,
Yeah,
you're pouring your mind, and you're pouring your soul into your project, and that's totally fair. That's what the fans want, because we don't want to hear you talking about shit that's like irrelevant.
Exactly.
What I
mean? And like I said, when I first started this journey on working on this project, like that was kind of my mindset. I was like, okay, like, what do people want to hear? Like,
so you were focused on
what's something they might want to like, But as I kept going and going to the studio, like I said, it's kind of like going to the gym, right? Like you show up and maybe you can only lift 30 pounds, right? But then like maybe like 3-4 weeks later, you show up again because you've been going, and all of a sudden you're hitting the 50s, 60s. It was one of those things. Like
you were growing as the process was continuing.
Growing with my techniques and just with myself as a person, and coming to understanding of just how to be more real with who I am, be more authentic, and write these like bars that are more real to me.
And that's really important. You always have to stay authentic to your craft. You always have to want to be yourself, be vulnerable, and just put yourself in the project. Because you don't want to be getting on a fucking song, on a fucking beat, and talking about what some other motherfucker did. Yeah. You want to be talking about what you've been through. And it sounds to me you've been through a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like we started. I've been out there trying to... at some point I was out there calling like 3-4 different agencies. I'd wake up like at 5 a.m. and I would hit up 4 different agencies.
You were hitting up people in New York?
No. Right here, just local, like Carson, Long Beach, like warehouse jobs. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you meant like agencies as in like music agencies.
No, not music agencies. Like I said, it was a different point in my life, and I was out here still trying to get this money flowing. You feel me? So like, I was out here hitting different agencies up to just find work, you know what I mean? And I was just trying to stay on my hustle because, what I'm saying, I just had to keep going because, like, if I stop, then, what am I going to have left?
So what you're telling me, and what I feel like you want to tell the fans is that don't quit.
Don't quit, exactly. That's what this project is really about. It's about love. It's about celebrating life. It's about, the struggle. I got the song called Fuerza. And that's one song that it's kind of like the anchor to the whole album that just kind of encapsulates that idea of.
That's tough. That's a tough ass description of that song.
It is.
Hey, one of the homies though, can we have that song ready so when?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
When we wrap up, I think I want to hear a piece of that. No, but let's have one of the homies pick a spot that you want to hear, because I feel like if we give away the whole song, that's like throwing money at a fucking strip club that no strippers are dancing at. It's a waste of time. Yeah. So if one of the homies can actually get that song and get a good part, and we'll have that play near the end of the episode. Whatever you feel like is the best one, though. No, not right now. But I need to ask you this, Cole, because like I said, it's a mental health podcast. So I'm going to ask you, and this is something that I planned on asking everybody. What does mental health mean to you?
Mental health to me is just kind of being true to yourself and taking care of like your needs. Like a lot of times I used to be so focused on overextending myself to like other people too much.
People pleasing.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of forgot about myself. So I think mental health is just understanding that it's okay to be there for everybody, but it's also okay to be there for yourself too. And I think a lot of times people get lost in that because like we live in this life where everybody wants to see other people around them happy, but it's like,
what, honestly,
you matter too.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like a lot of people aren't there, because honestly I'm not, because when I'm going through my shit, I'm thinking about me. But it sounds like when you were going through your shit, you were too busy like, yeah, I'm suffering. Yeah, I'm hurting. Yeah, I'm going through it. Yeah, I want to cry. Yeah, I want to break down. But let me make sure they're good. Let me make sure she's good. Let me make sure he's good. Let me make sure the people around me are good. And that's a different kind of strength. So for number one, let me big ups to you.
I appreciate that.
But number two, though, I want to know, though, like I keep trying to ask you, but I feel like you're dodging the question. What brings that out of you? Because that's incredible.
I just honestly I don't got no answer to that.
You feel like it's just who you are.
Just a drive, just experiences, just throughout my life. Being a kid, going through different struggles. Going through victories, losses, just kind of everything. Just
how did you handle the L's?
Just as experiences. You get me? Like losses aren't necessarily losses. Like the light bulb wasn't built on the first try. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, things don't happen.
You're getting historical, man.
Yeah, things don't happen overnight. But
so is that something you want to explain?
It's just the process of just always just moving forward, and that's how, like I said, you take a couple little steps, and next thing you know, like you're over here traveling like a million steps.
So you feel like it's important to focus on what's in front of you and not what's happened to you.
Yes.
That's actually really good, though, because I feel like there's a lot of us in this mental health world. We're so busy, like, he hurt me, she hurt me, they hurt me, they lied, they betrayed, they stabbed me in the back, they did, at the keyword did.
Yeah.
And not many of us are focused on the future.
Yeah.
And I really feel like you're someone that we all should fucking give thanks to, because you're basically telling us, because honestly, everything that you've told me so far, I feel like none of it like even bothers you to this day. Like I feel like there's a lot of people who say, oh, learn from what you went through.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the times it's bullshit because they haven't learned yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like for you, it wasn't learn, it was live from what you've been through.
Yeah.
Because that's what you've done. You went from being homeless. You went from being hurt. You went from and I don't mean to assume, but you went from being probably lied to, betrayed, and you never lost focus on what you want to do. And I big up, and I need all the homies to big up that shit. Yeah, that's some dope shit. Yeah, and this is the thing. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I told you, bro. Like you're single with people. Go on Apple Music. Shout out your name. Shout out your fucking @ Like
Blebe,
you do it.
Blebe_EC. Go ahead. Follow me on Instagram. Look me up on Twitter. Blebe, BLEBE. So go ahead, tap in. Look me up Spotify, everywhere. I'm
available
saying Napster,
everywhere.
Tidal, iTunes, YouTube, your freaking grandma's Walkman. You feel me? Like I'm out there. So
available everywhere.
I'm sending a couple CDs out of my trunk. So you want a whole physical copy? Hit me up. I'll get you with that too. So go ahead, just tap in. You get me? Like we out here, we're making this shit happen. You feel me? Like.
That's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. Now, see, this is the thing, big dog. You're not off the hook because I keep it real. I keep it raw.
It was good. It was
so let me ask you this, though. If you feel comfortable enough, now me saying that, I'm putting you on the spot. How have you ever dealt with a moment in time, a moment of your life where you felt like the depression or anxiety or any mental health related issue was too heavy enough where you just wanted to give up?
Of course, bro.
And with that being said, how did you overcome that moment? Because this is the thing. All of us go through sad days. Yeah. All of us go through moments in time where it's just like, man, I'm fucking tired. And when we say tired, we mean, and I've said it in the past, when we say tired, we mean like, you know what? I'm mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with your fucking ass. You know what I mean? So let me ask you this. What did you do to continue moving forward? Because what you're doing is not easy. You're making music, and I can relate in the aspect of making podcasts. Your first song, first podcast, your homies are gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult to be like, oh fuck, everybody one day. It's so hard to believe it that everybody one day can possibly listen to it. So what kept driving you through that said depression and anxiety?
Because you hit a rock bottom, and then you realize you're at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
How did that feel for you?
But at the same time,
How did that rock bottom feel for you?
It's a humbling experience, and I
No,
think
no, no. It's humbling after, but how did it feel
it
in the?
sucks. You know, it's just shitty. You feel me? You're out there like, you know, you feel like ain't nobody there for you. You feel like you just kind of like lost everything, right?
You felt
But at the same time, it's like I came to an understanding where it's like, yeah, I'm here at the bottom, but I have everything ahead of me.
but
Everything is just up from here. You know, like
so that
if I'm here, if I'm at this spot, all I gotta do is just keep moving up, and then I'm just gonna keep getting higher and higher and higher. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like it's just a matter of fact of just letting go of pre-existing ideas of what you think you are and what you think you have to do, who you have to be, and things like that. You know what I mean? It's just about just understanding that you could recreate who you are every single day, and who you are yesterday, you could be somebody new today, and you could always just, you know, forgive yourself and forgive people around you.
I like that. What do you mean by what do you mean by forgive yourself?
Because a lot of times, we hold resentments, and you know, people, you know, everybody gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like really just forgiving somebody and like letting go. You know, because when
have you ever felt like you needed to let go of anybody?
Of course,
let go of anger, resentment.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like I held on to a lot of things with like my parents, for example. You get me? Like,
oh, that's tough.
yeah, you know, but like I said, I came to an understanding where it's like, you know what, like they gave me everything they could, and they provided everything they could provide, and at this point,
you're a very positive person because we're talking about resentment, and you're shouting out their, you know, their grace. That says a lot about you. I'm not saying that you're bad, but it says a lot about you.
Well, yeah, because you know what I'm saying, like everybody.
That's enough to just fucking buy your album twice.
I appreciate
There you
that.
go.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, because everybody in the world is trying their best. You know what I mean? And we all fall short sometimes. You know, I fallen short myself. You know, and it's just about like just understanding that, like, you know, like I said, they gave me their best, and I'm not gonna be here and like hold them accountable for like, you know, whatever they could or couldn't have done or this or that. Like,
do you feel like that should be a perspective everybody kind of develops? Like, let's not fucking resent everybody. Let's love them for what they did and learn from what they didn't. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, perfect. Exactly. Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, basically in a nutshell, yes. You know, because like I said, a lot of times, you know, we hold on to these thoughts and ideas of like, okay, like this happened, so now this is just what I'm gonna like build on, you know.
Oh, okay. To, you know? I like that. So you feel like, well, not you, but I understand your perspective. So you're saying that a lot of people hold on to this negativity and they built more negativity off that negativity.
Yeah.
So tell me then, because this is the thing, your mentality, your view on life, your view on now, what I understand is your parents, you built positivity off pain, off negativity. How if you had any advice on how to do what you do, what would that advice be?
Take a breath. Take a deep breath.
Meditation.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Damn, shout yourself out.
And just take the next step.
So just keep going.
And just keep stepping forward.
So let me ask you this, and this might be a little bit more of a difficult question, but for those people who don't necessarily feel like they want to keep going, what would you tell them? What would you do?
I would tell them life is beautiful, and it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel this. You know, like you know. But just in that in itself is just, you know, a feeling, and like you're alive, like you're feeling something. You know. And
how do you feel like one can feel alive? Because you know what, during my depression, during my anxiety, throughout my struggles, I didn't feel alive. But you know what? I didn't have anybody like you in my ear telling me, look at the fucking beauty of life. So do you feel like, because I feel like what you're basically that friend that everybody needs. So I feel like your message not only goes to those who are feeling depressed and feeling anxiety, but your message is going to those who have friends like that. Do you feel like it's important to have positive, strong friends in your life? And how have they helped you become who you are basically are now?
You know, like everybody has influences around them, and I think it's just important to appreciate who you have, and just every interaction you have in life. You know what I mean? Like,
so should we stay away from the negative people?
like I don't think necessarily stay away from them, but just understand that like they might be negative because they've gone through stuff that they necessarily don't understand themselves, and it's causing them to react a certain way. You just gotta love them and just appreciate them for what they are. You know what I mean? Like, and don't take nothing personal. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's like it's what you think about yourself, and
It's what you think about
know,
yourself, people. I like that.
because it's like at the end of the day, you're looking at the star player in the mirror. You feel me? Like
There you
when
go.
when we're out there brushing your teeth, you look
That's a
up.
quote.
You get me? Like that's a person that you gotta worry about. And if like let's say the person next to you is like, oh, like you're fucking like this or that or blah blah blah, but it's like that's not your reality. That's what they're thinking about you.
So we should remember that someone else's life and their like successes, quote unquote successes, they're not. It's not an invalidation of what we're going through. It is just their life. So we should focus. We should focus on ourselves.
Like I said, everybody gets the sunlight. You feel me? Like the sun shines for everybody,
Bro.
And I think a lot of
just
times,
with these quotes,
a lot of times people
write a book.
People forget. people forget, and they think just because like the sun is on me, it can be on you. It could be on both of us. The sun is just out here, just like shining. And we're all out here taking this fucking like, these rays and shit. Like, and it's not taking, and just because like, it's not, nobody's taking nothing away from nobody. You get me? Like,
yeah. We all got room to grow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and there's enough for everybody to go around. Yeah. And it's like everybody eats.
Everybody eats.
Everybody eats.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, so far I have learned a lot about you. I had no idea that you were homeless. I had no idea that you had these struggles. To me, you were that fucking skinny, strong ass wrestler who was taking motherfuckers down twice your size.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that you had gone through these things. I didn't know that you had this love and passion for music and for writing. I didn't know that you had like the ganas in you to fucking want to go for it, but you did. And I'm pretty sure you've proved a lot of people wrong. And I'm pretty sure there's some family members still hating and you're still fucking going. And I big ups to you and I shout out to you and to the homies with you right here that support you. And I want to ask you one thing though, because I feel like, when did you drop Labios? When did you drop that song?
I dropped Labios. I want to say it might have been like it was the 8th.
The 8th.
Yeah.
This month or last month?
This month.
This month. I feel like your fans, and I love that song. I like I said, it's just still stuck in my fucking head, that same fucking verse. So I gotta ask you this though. I feel like your fans deserve a little snippet of something else.
All right.
So let me ask you this first of all. Let me ask you this. What kind of vibe are you trying to create with this fucking album?
So
because Labios, I'm sorry to cut you off, but Labios is like that shit goes in and you go hard, and you talking about a baddie with some nice lips.
Yeah.
Like I'm like you're
about a mommy. I'm talking about a
damn. You're talking about shorty. Mommy. You're talking about a shorty. Oh, then there you go. Shout out to the main character. Shout out to the main character of that song. There you go. Damn, somebody right now is like, oh my god.
Well, then, esa mami en las patinetas.
There you go. I don't even know what the fuck you. But whatever that means, that shorty right now, she's like telling her homegirl like that's me. But you know what though? I feel like if you are ready to let the world hear an exclusive snippet of what can potentially be the banger of this album, I would love to hear it if that's okay with you.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this favor now. And once again, big up your name, big up your app, big up where you're available, and let's fucking hear this.
Let's go. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Find me on Instagram, Blebe. Just look up Blebe. They know they're Blebe out there. I'm the one and only. So BLEBE, Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. You feel me? Shout out to the homie Z God. Shout out to Papi Eddie right here, in the Cug. Shout out Go Getters, the homie Kicho. Shout out to the Shots right here. I'm saying all the homies right here just supporting, and just shout out to everybody out there who's been showing love and just been following me on this journey. Shout out to anybody culture for just bringing me here too. So let's get right to it.
All right, people. Today
You know what I'm saying?
is
Shout out
the
to my little
first day
baby
of
out there
his.
too.
Oh shit! I guess he wasn't done. Can you say that one more time
I
for
said
Shorty to hear?
shout out to my little baby out there.
There you go. Now, people, you are about to hear an exclusive. You are about to hear the fucking artist from Downey, California. Shout out to 562. People, you're about to hear an exclusive. And what is this song called?
Fuerza.
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 Let's go. Woo! Let's go. People, come on now. Let's go. There you go, people. Now, any day now. When I don't even. When is it dropping?
September 24th.
September
Everybody
24th.
stay tuned.
What's it called, bro? What's it called? What's it called?
Noches de Champaña.
Noches de what?
De Champaña.
Damn,
Noches de
champagne
champaña.
at night.
Ya tú sabes, papi. Aquí estamos bien locos y bien maníacos. Listo.
Let's
Listo pa' tirar
go.
las gatas.
Now, son, I gotta tell you this. I very, 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 humbly appreciate the time that you have taken to sit down with me, talk about what you talk about. Because you know what, like it's difficult. It's difficult for men nowadays. The stigma on men and mental health to talk about how they feel. But the fact that you have told us, and I don't even want to say exclusive because I feel like that's like a weird disrespect. Because you actually went through this shit. You went through homelessness. You went through heartbreak. You went through pain, and never once did you blame anybody. And I want to big you up on that because that takes a lot of strength. I want to thank you, bro. And
I appreciate
there you go. There you go. I want to thank you, bro. And I wish you the best. I honestly cannot wait to see your fucking face on billboards, to see your fucking music on streams all over the fucking all over the fucking world. And I want to tell you, don't give up. Keep fucking pushing. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. You clearly have a team right here who are fucking riders with you, and that is important. And I feel and I feel like you're going down the correct path. Because you're not doing that bullshit, trying to fake bullshit. You're in the fucking studio every fucking day, right? You're fucking grinding. You're
just about.
And you're not letting anything stop you.
Hell no.
And all
never.
I see for you, dog, is ceilings meant to be fucking broken.
We're going to break them.
There you go.
Yesterday.
Now, people, I want you to fucking go on every platform. You follow me, you'll find this motherfucker. Say your fucking Instagram name one more time.
Blebe. BLEBE_EC.
Search it, Google it, do everything you gotta do. Follow this man. Listen to his music because guess what? He's the next fucking one. Now, people.
Aquí estamos.
There you go. Now, we've had the very first episode of Mental Health Check, and I feel like we couldn't have done it any better. Shout out to Downey. Shout out to the 562. Shout out to the crew. Now, let me ask you this, Blebe. Send us off with a positive message.
Just want to thank everybody for taking the time to tune in. Shout out to Inebriated Cultures and everybody out here showing love. Shout out to my peoples right here, supporting and, it never goes unnoticed, And like I said, everybody just keep going. I know shit be getting difficult sometimes. I know the weight of the world be on your shoulders. And I know there be a lot of things out there, a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles. But you know what? You got to just keep going, figure it out, go through it, get your scars and shit, earn your stripes, and just don't stop and keep moving. You got to keep go-getter, be a go-getter, be great. You got to go be great. You know, that's that. You know, big hustle, heavy hustle. Don't stop. That's how we be doing out here. You feel me?
I don't know any other better way to have ended that. So, people, thank you for tuning in. Shout out to everybody who took their time to just want to listen to this brand new up and coming artist and to me go over mental health, go over that real, raw person unfiltered. And you have just listened to episode 358 of the best mental health podcast out right now. And once again, people, that is Inebriated Culture. And from me and from Blebe, we say peace.
Peace.